Hi, my name is Amy Frank. Today I'm going to be sharing a story I wrote at the age of 33, which is this year. From June until October of this year, I wrote what is called the Triggers Journal. And I'm going to be sharing the Triggers Journal with Saba here today. Are you ready, Saba? Are you ready to read the Triggers Journal? Okay. Triggers Journal. I have been experiencing a lot of triggers related to childhood and teenage trauma. Up until recently, it felt like I was constantly tiptoeing through a minefield, waiting for the world to explode. The core four, sleep, nutrition, movement, and connection, help keep the bipolar mood swings in check, but the triggers are different. The cleaner I get in my lifestyle, the more triggers emerge, as I have been self-medicating trauma for a very long time. I decided to create a triggers journal, a book in which I can sketch my emotions. Technique and skill are not the focus of these art and writing pieces. The point of this journal is to loosen up and allow myself to create straight from my heart and imagination. Amazingly, it's helped. These sketches have been a good reminder that I'm the author of my life, and I can choose whether my character swims or drowns. I can't change the trauma, what's already been written, yet each new page is an opportunity to change the ending. The next page says, Josh took Pathways, Let It Rain, Mount Robson. Matt took Wolves, Octopus, G-Bear, Tract. Then there's a signpost that says now, later, normal, there, here. Below the signpost it says caught in thought / head, still in mask. Questions. My star, trapped in a mask, starry, starry night. Have another head / person hugging her with a broken heart in their head, drowning in thoughts / head, a comforting embrace, compassion, sketched while in a bitter mood. Sketched on a bitter mood day, trapped in a mask. Masks by Shel Silverstein. She had blue skin and so did he. He kept it hid and so did she. They searched for blue their whole life through, then passed right by and never knew. The thing about masks is that someone always sees the string behind your head. Dante Collins. Ode by Arthur O'Shaughnessy. I'm not 100% sure whether I pronounced that name right. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamer of dreams, wandering by lone sea breakers and sitting by desolate streams, world losers and world forsakers, on whom the pale moon gleams, yet we are the movers and shakers of the world forever, it seems. The next page says anger, resentment, shame, fear, pain, suffering, anxiety, hopeless, sadness. I asked my inner 5-year-old to draw a picture. She drew a stick woman in a party dress with a tiara. 33-year-old Amy finished the stick princess off. I asked 5-year-old Amy if the princess was smiling. Amy retorted, of course, she's going to a party. But I could see it wasn't the party that made 5-year-old Amy draw a smile on her face, but the fact that 5-year-old Amy was drawing. And then there's a lighthouse. But the storm didn't come to destroy. It came to shake the air and the sky and cause the waves to grow. It came to displace the boat. In the chaos, it was hard to see if land would ever again be reached. The baby screamed, the baby cried, I'm all alone, I'm going to die. And no one came, although they cared. They didn't know that she was scared. Wah, I'm going to die. The storm had ended, the sun had rose, but the baby was still left alone. Mother Sea had empathy, resting the child on rock and sand, as the storm had brought her to the land. The sun had set, the days did pass. She was new here, yet she knew the path. Notes from therapy appointment. Imagine me as a baby in chamber, and use adult self to attend and meet the needs of infant self. What would allow baby Amy to feel soothed? Smells, activities, touch like a blanket, music. Create soothing environment around baby. I can soothe baby Amy. I never learned to trust attachments because in chamber. No quick fix as pathways developed from infancy. Recognize trigger. Dave acknowledged that I'm terrified, and Dave offer reassurance versus him getting triggered by my trigger. Have him open arms to me, offering me love. I've had so much abandonment. I don't know what a secure attachment feels like. So when Dave goes away, I literally feel like I'm going to die because my neural pathways have been wired or conditioned to this belief from babyhood. Dr. Andrea session. Then there's a mermaid. The following page says, "The fishy must swim where fishies must go, but fishies return, this we all know." And there's a Sam fish, Sarah fish, Dave fish, and Amy fish. David, my fishy, my star, my teacher, my love, for all that you are. You have not texted me good night, and that leaves me in pain and fright. But I'll be okay, although the teenager screams, though she rips at my brain, undoing the seams. I must love her, ease and embrace all her pain. Only kindness will make her sane. I love you, dear David, my shining light, my fishy, my star, my brave knight. Amy, the baby, who's trapped in a cell, you are not a prisoner of illness, you're well. You may feel sick, you may feel weak, but dear baby Amy, you'll find what you seek. The darkness, the light, the comfort, the fright, the necessary opposites, the wrong and the right. My dear baby, open your heart, accept child Sam, accept your star. And teenager Amy, I know you're in pain, but be kind to dear David, or you'll drive him insane. Love you, my shining light. Sleep well, my love. To you, a good night. Fear of people, love of solitude. Started while waiting for Jillian Lee at a very busy Mocha house. And here's Saba. There you are, pretty, in the tree. Amy's heart is whole. Amy's heart is at peace. From womb to womb, the trauma flowed until it reached my heart, which welcomed it home. Within my heart, the trauma could rest. Safe within me, it didn't need to pretend. It could bleed here, it could laugh. It was safe within my heart at last. Sketched while watching Dave clean windows. The air was filled with fluff fairies, as I called them, some kind of tree or plant seed floating in the wind. I wanted to catch one and take a photo of its intricate fluffy beauty, but none came freely, and I did not dare chase the fairies. Freeing the fairies. This one says balance at the top, and it is called the egg. The next one is called Mother. Happy, peaceful magic, present moment, monsters. I have realized that the past and future are real illusions, that they exist in the present, which is what there is and all there is. Alan Watts. You may call the Creator God, Allah, Buddha, Yahweh, Brahma, Akal Purak. I say, the universe. What do you call the Creator, if anything at all? Waiting for Dr. Andrea. Welcome to the subconscious. Why be ordinary when you could be extraordinary? Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Roald Dahl, 12:34 p.m. Notes on living and loving. Today I asked my body what she needed, which is a big deal considering my journey of not really asking that much. I thought she might need more water, or protein, or greens, or yoga, or supplements, or movement. But as I stood in the shower, reflecting on her stretch marks, her roundness where I would like flatness, her softness where I would like firmness, all those conditioned wishes that form a bundle of never quite rightness, she whispered very gently, "Could you just love me like this?" By Holly Holden. For I am a mover and shaker. I came to shake the world. Chaos calms into order, and order swirls back into chaos. I had to take off the mask. I was compelled. The weight was too heavy to bear. Don't worry if you're making waves simply by being yourself. The moon does it all the time. Scott Stabile. This next one is called The Simulation Code. The trouble is, you think you have time. Jack Cornfield. A dreamer is one who can only find her way by moonlight, and her blessing is that she sees the dawn before the rest of the world. Oscar Wilde, paraphrased and changed. Okay, so they're not the best, but they don't have to be. They are what they are. My technique does not matter here. In this book I am free. I am flawed, the art is flawed, yet it is what it's meant to be. When the sun rises in one place, it sets in another. Rest in peace, Jared. Rest in peace. Rise. Kiss the rain. Started while listening to Daniel Gilfick's The Dark Side of the Moon. Sitting in an hourglass, I start to count the grains of time. One by one, day by day, they slowly fill my mind. By Amy Frank, an excerpt from The Hourglass, a poem I wrote in February of 2003. As time fell, as I waited to drown, I realized that I had found. There was no sand, there was no time, there was no cage, except my mind. The fairies worked until at last they broke the curse, they broke the glass. Also by Amy Frank, written in October of 2019. Believing is seeing. You have seen my descent, now watch my rising. Rumi. Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I don't fight my demons anymore. I dance with them. After all, they're just spaces inside this being I call me that are hurting and need my love. My inner demons stem from deep pain and or trauma. There is an essence inside of me that literally wants me dead. Only it doesn't. It just wants the pain to end. That's what a lot of my triggers connect to. Hateful inner dialogue towards myself, anger, overall negativity, insecurities, and hopelessness. As I dig through the soil to make peace with the roots of my trauma, I see now that all these painful dark areas are pieces of me that are scared or sad, and they are oh so young. Although they seek love externally, it's really offering internal love that will help them heal, that will help me heal. Nature Girl, also known as Nature Boy by Nat King Cole. There was a girl, a very strange enchanted girl. They say she wandered very far over land and sea. A little shy and sad of the eye, but very wise was she. And then one magic day she passed my way. While we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this she said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. To thine own self be true. Bye, everyone.